about 9:44. I was hoping to be pretty well set up by 10. Fortunately, where we're going is only 15 minutes from the house, but it's going to be more like 10:30, 11 before we get on the air. Okay, power cord, backup mic, cool little box I quickly made for this project. If you're interested in one of those, homestead.com. I have never used any of this equipment, so this is going to be an adventure. What little I played around with this 7100, I thought it was a pretty good little radio. I'm not real fond of that head shape on there, but I got used to it fairly quick. It's not as obnoxious as I thought it would be. These rush deals. It's fun. But boy, the whole time you're wondering, what did I forget at home? And I know one thing. I didn't bring enough of was coax jumpers. We'll get by, but quick mic adapter I made up so I could run this little keypad on the 7100. This has been the day of anything that could get tangled, did get tangled. Okay, a quick look around. We got an off-center fed dipole hanging up there in the tree. Not very high. I forgot to bring a fishing pole with 30-pound line. I only had 8-pound test on there, so every time I shot the slingshot over and tried to pull the rope up, it would just break. So, you know, that thing's up, I don't know, 25, 30 feet. Got the ends down over some trees down there, and the other end up there. Had I had more time, I would have had this already set up at home, but we threw it together up here real quick, got those batteries. If I did this very often, I would definitely invest in some lithium iron phosphate batteries. Those things are like 64, 65 pounds each. And yeah, they're a pain to move around. So we got the off-center fed dipole, and up in the front here, we've got just a ham stick on the vehicle. I've bought these like 2 years ago, and I've yet to use them, so today's going to be the trial run. And I tuned them for a mount on my pickup, and then I quickly put a mount on here. So I'm not sure how well they're going to be tuned on this vehicle, but we'll give it a try. Nothing like the smell of a new tent. Wow, this thing stinks. It's not all that cold today, but they were saying it was going to rain. Pretty much the only reason I got the tent, otherwise I would have just put up those little pop-up canopies. I think I forgot to bring a foot switch, so I got this. I don't know if it's just because it's turkey season or what, but there is sure a lot of vehicles up in the hills today. Okay, we're starting off with 12.7 volts in the batteries. Not sure. Oh, this is one low chair. Holy cow.
QRZ, 9 Alpha Romeo Papa, Indiana State QSO Party.
10:30:11 before we get on the air. November Kilo 7 Japan.
The November Kilo station again.
November Kilo 7 Juliet.
Is it November Kilo 7 X-ray? Is that correct?
Japan, Juliet, Japan.
November Kilo 7 Japan.
QSL.
Okay, Roger, I've got you, you're kind of weak to me. I got you about a 5 and 2, but it's beautiful, but I can actually hear you quite well. It's to Warren County, Indiana, Roger.
QSL. Yeah, we are on a county line expedition for the 7th Area QSO Party. 2 counties, Oregon Bravo Alpha Kilo and Oregon Uniform November India QSL.
Okay, QSL. Yeah, it's been really up and down today. But, yeah, I was even out in that whole transmission this morning. 73, good luck to you guys in your contest too, okay?
Yeah, 73. We've got one contact so far. I don't know what would count as a success from the county line here. I'm going to say if we make 100 contacts, I'll be really surprised. That was working off the ham stick too. I'll just see what he sounds like with the other antenna. Not a lot of difference.
QCQ, Whiskey 9 Alpha Romeo Papa.
Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use?
CQ7QP, CQ7QP from November Kilo 7 Japan, NK7J.
Again. Test. Test. Audio. Test. What happened to my audio? Test. This might be a short-lived contest. Test. That's a dandy headset. Test. That one's working.
CQ7QP, CQ7QP from November Kilo 7 Japan, NK7J. CQ7QP, CQ7QP from November Kilo 7 Japan, NK7J.
This is kind of what I remember about this contest. Time to record our CQ, but the wind's rattling this tent around so much. CQ, the 7th area QSO party. CQ, the 7th area QSO party. November Kilo 7 Japan, November Kilowatt 7 Japan. QSO. CQ, the 7th area QSO party. From November Kilowatt 7 Japan, NK7J. You know, the contest, it's not going super great from up here. A lot of effort involved into coming up and, you know, stringing these antennas up and getting on the air and putting the tent up, all that stuff. But just because I've only made about 15 contacts, I'm not counting that as not successful. One, the band conditions are not great today at all, especially for these antennas, which I'll talk about in a minute. But how do we judge success on something like this? Is it, you come up and make 1,000 contacts from the county line, which is just right over there, about 50 feet? Or is it the learning experience of coming up and setting something up on the dirty, no fancy antennas? You know, I could sit at home and work a lot of stations. I could sit there with my 1,000-watt amp or, and all the antennas and just, yeah, I could work a lot of stations. But sometimes a little exercise like this is worth the trouble. It's a learning experience. That's the way I look at all these kind of things when I get up here, and I get kind of bummed out the bands aren't great. I'm not making a lot of contacts, but the experience is worth it. I'm going to come away with this. I'm going to make a couple boxes full of stuff that's just going to stay for events like this. Be great for field day operations. If we come out and do more of these county line expeditions, the ones I used to really enjoy doing way back was the VHF, were they QSO parties? I don't know what they were called. VHF contest in June and September. Those were probably my favorite, like out in the field type operations. Those, we just had a blast doing those things. I've got a lot of stories from those experiences doing those. And those were a blast. And we learned a lot from those. Stuff that I took back to work with me. And, is a lot of good information came from going up on top of a mountain on VHF and UHF and seeing how far you could talk. We were talking, thousands of miles on VHF. Some of it was low band VHF, but even high band VHF, the 144 to 148, I was amazed how far we could talk. Other people are on a mountaintop somewhere else. You gain a lot of experience doing things like this and those events. So I encourage you guys, if you're interested in communications, go ahead and get your ham license. And it's going to really help you out if that's something you're interested in. If you have no interest in it, you don't really care, you'll just hope somebody else takes care of the communications plan for your crap hit the fan scenario, cool. As long as you've got somebody that can do it. But what happens if that somebody doesn't show up, something happens to them, you're back to square one. So if that's something that concerns you, I encourage you to think about it. Not raining a lot, but it is raining. I've technically made over 100 contacts because each contact counts as 2 since we're on a county line. But we're going to push ahead here a little bit longer. If it starts pouring rain, I think I'm going to clean up and get out of here. Man, this chair is just terrible. It's slightly better than sitting on a jagged rock. And the temperature has dropped fairly drastically. I think it's down to mid 40s. I'm still in a shirt, but I got plenty of insulation.
From November Kilowatt, 7 Japan, NK7J. Alpha Echo 7, Uniform Fox.
Alpha Echo 7, Uniform Fox. Please copy 59, Oregon, Bravo, Alpha Kilo. And we're on a county line, so the second county is going to be Oregon, Uniform, November, India. QSL?
Let's see if I got that correct. Oscar Romeo, Bravo, Alpha Kilo, Oscar Romeo, Uniform November, India. Is that Roger?
QSL, good copy.
Okay, thank you very much. You are a 5-9 into Idaho, Laytock County. So India Delta, Lima, Alpha Tango. India Delta, Lima, Alpha Tango. QSL?
QSL, good copy. Great signal here in out in the woods. So thanks for the contact. And 73 QRZ from November Kilo 7 Japan for the 7th area QSO party. It's cold enough the cables don't want to bend anymore.
ECQ 7QP, KK4, Alpha Delta Queen.
November Kilo 7 Japan.
November Kilo 7 Japan, QSL.
QSL.
You are 5-9 in Idaho, Alpha Delta Alpha, Ada County.
QSL, you're 5-9. We're going to be 2 counties, Oregon, Bravo Alpha Kilo, and Oscar Romeo, Uniform November India. QSL?
Roger, copied both counties, and thank you for the call.
You bet, 7-3.
73.
Okay, I'm about to wrap things up. It's, I don't know, about 7:30. It's pretty cold up here right now. It's raining. It's not pouring or anything, but it's raining some, which is unfortunate. I had an opportunity. There was a little break in the weather there that I didn't take. It would have been a lot easier to get the tent put away dry or semi-dry, but I waited. 40 meters was working fairly well. I don't know how many contacts we wound up with, 80 or 90 contacts, which, you know, it's a success for this operation. So I'm going to break things down and get out of here before it gets too dark. I know the camera lightens everything up, but it's starting to get a little dark, and we got a pretty good cloud cover over us. So we're going to get out of here while the getting's good, while I can still see everything and get everything loaded up. How the things we do to make YouTube videos. Lots of walking back and getting cameras. But it looks cool, right? I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but it's pretty dark. I'm glad I decided to cut that short when I did, or I would have been taking this down completely in the dark. Originally, I was thinking of running until about now. It's a little after 8, I think. And then taking it down. I'm glad I decided against that idea, but it is raining less right now. Thanks for watching, guys.